All right. Hi, everyone. It's like, has anybody been outside recently? It's like walking into, anybody work in a restaurant where there's a walk-in freezer? It's like walking into that, but it's raining. It's like, yeah, aren't you so excited to go outside now? It's awful. I'm like, when is the beautiful golden autumn gonna get here? Never. Little pieces of it. Yeah. So for our time today, it's our last session, and I'm gonna miss you guys. So what I would like to focus on for just a few moments, and then we'll focus with our practice, is on sustainability. So you've learned some techniques. Maybe I hope you've had some experiences with yourself going through this little 8 weeks. But how do you sustain it? Where do you find the motivation to sustain it? And to keep focusing on self-care. And I think a lot of people, myself included, and a lot of people that I interact with, feel like self-care is selfish. Is there anybody who has that feeling or feels like you get that message? Yeah. And I was thinking about you folks in this program, even if that's not one of the problems that you deal with, like, oh, self-care is selfish, it's like self-care is unattainable. Like, I don't have time. I'm constantly running from one thing to the next, and I'm overwhelmed, and I'm overburdened with work and all the things. So how do we make this sustainable? Well, one way is to take radical responsibility for it. So I don't know about you guys, but I tend to have this language in my general day-to-day, or I used to say a lot of the time, this, that, or them makes me feel however it was I was feeling. So to give that more shape, I might say, you're making me feel sad, or this class makes me feel angry, or that professor makes me feel stupid. Whatever it was, I had the language of this, that, or them makes me feel. And when I really start to pull that apart and think of it from like a stress resilience and a self-care lens, that's giving a lot of my power away, because nobody's walking around throwing feelings at me. My professor's not throwing the feeling of stupid at me, right? My partner is not throwing the feeling of frustration at me. Feelings, just like when we stretch, if everybody goes and puts their arms over their head right now, okay, do this. Now, what are you feeling? Yeah, feeling stretch, right? You might feel it under your arms. Some people I see, they're like going back or taking it. Some people are putting their arms together, but you're having different feelings. How about if you nod your head yes, and you go down like this? What do you feel? Yeah, it felt like it was gonna fall off, but you felt something, right? Some heard noises. So I told you to do it, but did I make you feel that feeling? No, right? You moved and you had a feeling. Your body responded with a stretchy feeling or a clunky feeling or a popping noise. But I didn't make you feel it. You felt it. And the same thing happens with our emotions and with how we respond to just the day-to-day stresses and our stress response. It happens inside of us. So if we take radical responsibility for sustaining even the tiniest bit of stress self-care, then it is sustainable. But if we try to, make it someone else's problem, they're not going to do it. So it's on us. So to just finish off, we'll do a little bit of self-care and maybe answer any questions if there are any as I wrap this up, and we'll go from there. All right? So we'll start with a little bit of breathing. We've done the finger breathing, right? Have we done this one? Oh, that's a good one. That's fun. All right. So if you'd like to, remember, none of this is have to. It's all get to if you'd like to. Take one of your hands and hold up your fingers like this. I like this because it uses a lot of different senses, and this is fun to teach to kids. I just did 5 preschool yoga classes this morning, so my energy's a little like, doing a lot of turkey wobble and gobble gobble. So hands here, you're going to use your finger from your other hand. And as you're going to trace your hand up and down the fingers, the up is going to be an inhale, and the down is going to be an exhale. We're going to go all the way across and then back. You can stay with my tempo, or you can go at your own. I'm not going to say anything out loud, but you can watch and follow along with me. But notice what you feel. Notice your breath, and just notice your attention. All right, here we go. So for those of you who participated, what'd you think of that?
I need longer fingers.
I have stubby fingers too. Now I'm really anxious, right? So it might not be a great one for you, or really slow it way down. Anybody find it helpful or successful? What I like about that one is it gives me like a sensation. I can feel it, and then I'm watching it. Another option is to just sort of make circles on your palm. And you can sort of like inhale with a circle, exhale with a circle. Or you could inhale and then bring it the other way to exhale. But it's nice to get a bunch of different sensations involved. And there's a lot of studies out there showing the mind likes to track movement. So watching the movement, feeling the movement, focusing on the movement can be helpful. All right? So let's do a little bit of stretching. And we're going to focus on necks today because I'm watching you guys like this, and I'm sure you're like this, and you're focused and watching, so we'll do some neck. So find your sitting bones, kind of go back and forth like this. You'll feel those two little bones, right? You guys probably know what they're called. I don't, but anybody know what these are? That professor makes me feel stupid. No. Anybody know what they are?
I think it's an
Ischial? Yeah. Oh, cool, now I know. I'm still going to call them sitting bones, but anyway. Bring your attention to those and kind of push down into the chair and really press the top of your head towards the ceiling. Feel the full height of your body. And if you want to take a moment to close your eyes, you're welcome to. Take a few deep, full breaths and let your shoulders drop down with your exhale. Do a few of those and see if you can keep your mind focused on the movement of the inside of your chest and your rib cage, sort of moving as you breathe, as you inhale and exhale. And you're just practicing bringing your attention and awareness to yourself, especially with all you've got going on, classes, and take this as a moment to just focus on you, how you're feeling right now. And then if you'd like to keep your eyes closed, you're welcome to, or you can open them if that feels better. This time gently, let your chin drop to your chest. And see if you can notice and stay focused on how that feels down in the back, through the neck, up into your skull. And then gently look up as if you were looking at the ceiling. You notice how that changes to the front of the neck, maybe the front of the shoulder. Just go back and forth, really focused on noticing yourself. Up and down. Feeling the different parts of your neck. And when you're ready, turn that into a no from side to side. Just looking one shoulder over the other shoulder. Same idea. The mind wanders, bring it back to what do I feel? What's happening here? And then if you'd like, maybe turn this into a dog paying attention. Right? And then the dog looks the other way. What's that? Walk? And just notice how that feels. And then here's a nice little self-care piece to do from time to time. It's a little odd in the grocery store, but take your hands together and rub them if you'd like. Once you start to feel a little warmth, a little heat, a little energy, a little something, take those to the back of your neck and just start to apply some gentle pressure. And you're just sort of hunting for tension. Look for any like tender spots right at the base of your skull where the neck connects. If you find a little hot spot, a little tender spot, just apply a little gentle pressure. Maybe make some circles. Just notice what you find. And then let your intuition be your guide. Maybe you feel drawn towards your temples or towards the top of your head, or maybe towards your jaw or around the back of your ears. Notice if you feel any other sensations in the body as you do this. Sometimes you might feel tingles in different places. Just be curious. Where does your system require attention? Is it right in between your eyebrows? How about your jaw? Just as an option, if you've never given yourself the experience of unfurling your ears, this can feel really good. Just kind of pull your ears, give some pressure. Since this is where your vagus nerve splits, you could kind of grab your ears and make some circles, sort of tone that up a little bit. Feels really good. Be careful of hardware in the ears, but it feels nice to sort of pressure into the earlobes. And then go down maybe the front of the neck, see what you find there. And if your stress response tends to be protective, there's a real fun spot. Again, you guys know these more technically than I do, but if you find the collarbone and you go to the end on the bottom where it hits your shoulder, sort of this like little corner right here, and you give it just a little bit of attention. So it's right in the front, sort of this spot right here. Sometimes you feel nothing, sometimes there's something there. You can kind of dig around. Again, just being curious. Maybe under the collarbone, come towards the center. And then just try the other side. If you have pain under your shoulder blades, anybody get that pain under the shoulder blades? That's usually caused by this, because muscles, as you know, they pull, they don't push. So that gets overstretched by this like protective stance. So a little cat and cow can be really helpful. Looking up, arching, and then back down the other way. Just move your spine. It can be nice to sort of focus on it. And then finish up with any other movements you feel like you need to make. Maybe a twist, maybe picking the legs up, maybe bending over, whatever you feel like you need to finish this up. Oh, take a deep breath. And our last thing together is gonna be my favorite, those big physiological sighs. Let's do 3 of them. Big breath in and lots of noise if you feel like it on the way out. Yeah, oof. Here we go, inhale. Gonna take you guys on the road. Here we go, inhale. As we CCSU DNAP 2025 on the road. 26. Well done. Any questions or comments or anything I can finish up? I'm sorry?
No, I said we're the last masters. DNAP focused it, or not DNAP, but.
Oh gosh, okay, sorry, I don't keep up on all that.
No, sorry.
Any questions or anything? Giving them a little hello? Hi, Monday! Yeah. Well, thanks very much for your time. I really do appreciate it. I know you carved out time from your learning and studying, and it means the world to me. I'm sure you'll be getting an email at some point with the questionnaire to take, and all the best to you guys. Thanks very much. Take care.
Thanks for coming.
My pleasure.